Hi everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm your host GT, the GT Show. We get into it. You already know who Jersey this is. This is the man who just got paid. This is TJ Watt. All right, let's just get this done and over with. 4 years, $122 million, highest paid NFL defensive player. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. He deserves the money. All right. He just does. He's the greatest. He's the greatest defensive player to play right now. There's no one really better. And I'm not going into that debate. But you already know what we're talking about here. Talking about the Bills. Go into it. Josh Allen. Sorry if I'm rushing. This is like my fourth time making this because my phone isn't working. So we're just gonna go into doing this. Josh Allen. Threat both in the ground game as well as the passing game. Very versatile. In my opinion, overall, we need to pressure him. That was one of my keys in my podcast that we went over. And it's just true. We have to pressurize him. Send in the D Heat. Send in TJ. Send in Alex Highsmith. Send in the D line. Hayward, Chris Wormley. I'll send in our Melvin Ingram, send in, Schobert, Devin Bush, even send in Cam Sutton on those corner blitzes. Send in who you need to send in. We have these guys, we have these blitzes ready, and we have these sets for a reason. Obviously you don't want to take away from Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, and Stephon Diggs, because if you don't cover those guys, they will get open, and Josh Allen will make those reads. But pressuring him, make him so he has to make bad errant passes. Make it so that Minkey gets picks, Joe Hayden gets picks, our corners, our linebackers gets picks. Make it so they're unsteady. They don't have a strong run game, so they won't be able to handle the clock that well, which is a good thing because on offense, if we can lay the groundwork with our new O line, let them make holes, but let Najee go, let us get these big drives to where Najee can go out and be good. You're only setting up yourself for success there. And that's just how that's gonna have to go. You gotta let Najee run. You gotta let Najee run, but doing so will open up play action passes, which is very key. But you also get, a little bit more of the deep ball. I am doing like the deep ball. We don't have to go too much in the deep ball because it's not required, but let it be there. Let it, open and present itself. Let us have the option. Let us, I guess, open up the offense. Let Ben work. That's kind of what we gotta do. Especially against the Bills defense. That's, I'd say, top 10. It's not top 5. There's definitely BC defense is better, but it's still top 10. You have to have a good defense if you're going to make the playoffs. Because you can have a great offense, but if you're letting up, the same amount of points you're putting up, then you're not really going to do it. Look at the Cowboys. Besides last night's game, the Cowboys had a bad defense, or have a bad defense rather, and they have a pretty decent offense. They have good pieces. They have a good ability to move around. So this shows you, but you need to have a good defense that can help put up, help limit the amount of points you're getting put up on. Obviously, you're not gonna shut out everybody, but shut out here or there would be nice, obviously. But you're gonna, as long as you can let your, in the end of the day, letting up a few less points than you're putting up wins you games. So I know, shocker. It's common sense. I know. Hey, I'm just saying it's true though. If I'm putting up 13 points and then I'm letting up my opponent put up 10, I'm still gonna win the game at the end. So that's just how that's how that works. The Bills' defenses are definitely. They have a good secondary, which is why you have to establish a good running game. Even though they have a good front seven, are not good, but D line's pretty decent. Their linebackers are okay. The secondary is what really brings them together. So I expect a lot more running than I do passing. And now, screen here and there, getting Najee, also doing well in the passing game, pretty much helping take Najee, using Najee to help take Ben's passes from like 60 attempts down to like 30 attempts is what you really want. Because not saying he should be passing, but if you look at, I don't want to use this example, but if you look back when the New England Patriots had Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, what they do, he had like 5-6 different runs, and especially in the third and fourth quarter late, he'd be running the ball, getting rid of that clock, but they would also help Tom Brady not have to worry too much about that, so that when he's playing, late December, January football, and even if they made it to February football, Tom Brady's able to do what Tom Brady does best, and that's how they were successful. I'm saying we kind of got to do the same thing. Let Najee be the main guy. Obviously, throwing the Balaj in there, you want to give rests properly. You don't want to tire out your main ball carrier. Make him, or he's just, isn't able to produce all that time. But being able to give breaks such there, and it's good. The only time you're really going to be passing heavy is if you're down, or it's the 2 minute, within 2 minutes, and you want to try to score. If it's the second quarter, unless you're losing in 2 minutes, you're going to be kneeling most of the time and running anyway. If you're winning, or if it's a odd game, you might be doing a mix just so you can get down there and kick a field goal, because that's just kind of what's going to happen. Everyone should know. So that's kind of about how that's going to go. Really, that's about it to it. Just, I guess, establishing good pressure, playing good defense, making it so that they have to, not waste clock, but where they're not being the best stewards of, I guess, time management, to where they're, passing incomplete passes, both, that happens, time stops. That's more time for us to take off the clock, which means we can utilize that more. But that also doesn't help them, because if it's an incomplete pass, they don't get that down. Then they don't move the ball, the chains, the sticks, and they stop the clock, which means if they're trying to grind on clock, they can't do that. So utilizing, and then opposite, using trying to mix up a good mixture of offense between run, pass plays, play actions, shotguns, whatever, so that we can make the offense. Obviously, you're not going to be perfect right away. It's week 1. No one's perfect, but getting developed is good enough. But that's kind of about it. Hey, TJ got signed, so hey, we're doing well. I'm excited for the season. Though, let me think. What you think? My final prediction. Unfortunately, I think the Bills are going to win. I think we have a win. I think our game plan can be solid. I think we can come out and surprise people. But I gotta stay over there and trust the home team, unfortunately, and I think they're gonna win 28-24. I think it's gonna be a close one. I think we get our first loss. Hey, that's about it. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. This is your host GT saluting off.